Knockouts, TonyaTko here. And this morning I'm posing the question of happiness. Are you happy? And I don't know how long I'm going to leave this video up because I don't want to vlog anymore. But I guess I am addicted to vlogging. And I'll probably just be doing my vlogs on my website going forward. But I wanted to ask, are you happy? Are you happy? Last night I went on a walk and I was asking myself that question because there was a nagging sadness that existed in me last night. And I realized that that same sadness had been there, had been present there, even when I had TKO skin, when I was making all of that money and everything was fine monetarily. And then now, in pursuit of this dream, it has not been easy, and there have been divots, and there have been ups, and there have been downs, and some way downs. And I had asked myself if I was happy. And I wondered how many other people out there are also dealing with a sense of non-fulfillment, a sense of not having what it is that you want. And then I want to ask, what is it going to take to make you happy? And are you sure that you will be happy once you get that? Because if our happiness is dependent on something which is not already there, not already present inside of us, and then our happiness is then projected onto some time in the future of something that we may not have, may not get, may get, but then will that satisfy and alleviate that feeling of non-happiness? And so I'm posing the question to you, and I'm also posing the challenge. What can you do to be happy with what it is that you have now? Not complacent and saying, oh, I'm not going to try for anything else, but the feeling of gratitude for what it is that you have right now. The feeling of, I once read this quote, and the quote said, be grateful for what it is that you have now, because what you have now is something that you wished for before. And so I feel like we get into these cycles where we project our happiness off into the future. Oh, when I lose 10 pounds. Oh, when I make more money. Oh, when I have a new house or a new dwelling. Oh, when I have my partner. Oh, when I have children. Oh, when I this. Oh, when I that. And I told you guys about what happened with me in my life when I went through grade school and then high school and then college, always projecting out into the future that it's some time in the future that things were going to be good and things were going to be nice, and life just kept happening. As you guys know, when I was in college, my mother passed away. Before that, I was in high school and I wasn't very popular, and and then before that there was grade school, and then there was all the fighting, and oh, you're black and I'm Spanish and you're dark, I'm light, you got nappy hair and you're a monkey and all this other stuff. It was just like at every stage there was always something. So what are you prepared to do if when you get what it is that you say is going to make you happy, if life still comes along and presents its same challenges, because life is life? What can you do to become grateful, to become happy as is right now, with the weight, with what's going on with your children or non-children, or what's going on with your housing situation or your non-housing situation, what's going on with yourself financially or non-financially? What are you prepared to do to be grateful in this moment? I took a few moments this morning to just sit out in the sun, and oh, look how your girl looks in the sun. My goodness. Now you can see why the sun brings such joy. But yeah, I just took a few moments to just sit out in the sun and just feel that sun on my face and just be in this moment right here. Not worrying about yesterday and not worrying about tomorrow, but just being happy, being complacent, being joy-filled, being gracious and filled with gratitude for what exists right now, for the limbs that I have that work, being of sound mind and body, even though some of you think I'm not, and that's okay. Having the experiences that I've had in the past and those going on in the future, just not really concentrating on anything except this moment right here, being in this moment with you guys right here, being in California on a cool day with the feeling of the morning sun. You guys know the morning is my favorite time of the day. But feeling that morning sun coming from this way and that cool night breeze rising back up to the mountains coming from the other way, and just being grateful for incarnating. You know, they say Earth is one of the toughest schools, and some people say it's not a school, that it's a playground, but I truly do believe that there are a lot of things that are left here to learn and to experience and to... There's something about this incarnation, and it's not easy. It's not easy. There are a lot of different things going on in a lot of different people's lives, and I know that I'm not the only one who goes through things, and that's part of the reason that I vlog. You know, and so the whole purpose of this video is just to take a moment out in time and just have you ask yourself the question, are you happy? And if not, what will it take to make you happy? And are you sure about that? Are you sure? And if not, then what can you do in this moment to be filled with gratitude and to be filled with joy? And I'm going to say this one last thing and then I'm going to go, and then we can hug, right? You know, when you're worried, you're not existing right here. You're existing someplace in the future, concerned with what may happen, which has not happened yet. When you're regretful, you're not in this moment, you're in the past, worried about something that has transpired. But when you're in this moment right here, not concerned about the past and not concerned about the future, all you have is this moment right here, this box of this moment right here. What is it that you're going to do with this moment, in this span, and in this group of time? And in this span of time right now, I am complete, and I'm happy, and I'm joyful, and whatever's going to happen after this moment will happen after that moment. But in this moment right here, I'm going to absorb every single thing that I can in this moment. You know, and it's like life is made up of moments. So if you have enough consecutive joy-filled, gratitude-filled, happiness-filled moments, and you exchange the time of your life for these happiness-filled moments, then that will be what your life is made up of. All we have are moments, and our whole life is made up of just memories. No moment is real except the moment that you're in right now. Anything other than that is a projection to the future or memory of the past. And then how something has transpired in the past is all a matter of our imagination, how we imagined that it was. Have you ever, and then this is going to be the last thing I'm going to get out. Have you ever read something and you read it in a certain way and you were like, had a feeling about it, and then you remembered it in that way, and then you went back to it and you reread it and you realized that that wasn't what you had read at all, and that all of the feelings and perceptions that you had about what it was that you read were not real because you added in an extra word or left out a word, or even experienced something. I'm sure we all have had a relationship in which this person seemed perfect, in which the moment seemed perfect, and then as you got more information going forward, you look back and you realize that there were other things that were going on in that moment that you were not aware of that may alter, either for the lesser or for the greater, the moment that you were in. So that the moment be like, let's say you were on a vacation with a person and it was an amazing vacation, and then you find out later down the line that at that time the person had been cheating on you, or at that time the person had been dying, and so you didn't realize that they were dying at the time, but that moment just seemed more robust as a result of knowing that that person would not be with you for much longer. Or that moment seemed like a lie because you realized that you weren't living on the same page as that person. So nonetheless, listen, I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I love you all very, very much. Listen, Go out there and do what's going to make you happy. Listen, do what's going to make you happy. Be happy. That's it. Be happy. Do what makes you happy. That's all that I can say. Do what makes you happy. And knowing that I am in pursuit of what fills me gives me joy, because I know that I'm not staying stagnant. I know that I'm not staying in an existence that I know made me unhappy. I know that even though it's not perfect, that I am moving forward, and that brings me a sense of joy. I'm not completely filled because I'm not there yet, and that's me concentrating on a time that does not exist, on a time worrying about when it may happen or how, but it's all about the journey there. How do we handle the journey there? I read once that life is not about the destination, but about what we do to get there and how we get there. And so listen, let me let you guys go. Hug me, hug me. Oh. I love you guys so very, very much. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? Love yourself. And I'm going to say this. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to... I want to say it takes a tremendous amount of courage to pursue your dreams, but that's not what this video was about. I'll say that it takes courage to say, you know what? Regardless, come what may, I'm going to choose happiness. It takes courage to make that constant choice and to continue to make that choice. You know, it's like in a romantic relationship, you have to constantly choose your partner. It's not like marriage is a milestone. It's not the end goal. It's like once you get into this relationship, you have to continuously choose your partner, or that relationship will deteriorate. Relationships are alive there, and they need their own nutrition. And so for you in your life, happiness is a relationship that you have with what's going on around you, and you have to constantly choose happiness. It's an ongoing choice, because there will be things that come into your life which threaten that. And no, I'm not telling you to ignore things that are happening which are not in alignment. I'm not telling you to pretend. I'm telling you to choose, to make the constant choice and acknowledge what's going on. Don't be like, oh, I gotta be positive. I gotta be happy. Acknowledge and to decide what you're going to do about that. What are you going to do, and how are you going to choose happiness given the information that you have? How are you going to process what's going on and then still choose happiness? Or work your way back to happiness, to make that choice to work your way back. So on that note, let's hug one more time. Hug, 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 hug. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.